Having that said, ladies and gentlemen, now I'd like to introduce our next speaker, Mr. László Bódis, Deputy State Secretary at the Ministry of Culture and Innovation and CEO of the Hungarian Innovation Agency, who will provide further insights into the evolving role of innovation in shaping our economy and society. Please, with a thunderous applause, give him the floor. Thank you so much.
Hello, everyone. Can you hear me? Yes, now it's okay. So after Minister Hanko, who actually had to leave now our conference, but thanks from here as well for his participation, he talked about the achievements and the developments in the Hungarian research, development and innovation ecosystem. I will talk about the current challenges we see and how do we try and how we will tackle these challenges, and what is the newly established Hungarian Innovation Agency's role in that development. Two short topics for today. What are the key challenges first, and how can the Hungarian Innovation Agency help us tackling these challenges? First, we see that the supply, let's say, of researchers and entrepreneurs is increasing, as we already saw. The number of researchers in the Hungarian ecosystem has more than doubled in the last 10 years, but still, compared to our European partners and benchmarks, it's still low if you look at the new doctoral graduates in STEM fields, in scientific fields. And if you look at the entrepreneurial intentions, basically if we ask the Hungarian adults that do you plan to establish a new company on your own, only 8.2% of them says that I am thinking about it. And if we look at the rank of the GEM report, the Global Entrepreneurship Monitor, that makes this report, we are at the 40th place out of 46 countries. So the entrepreneurial intentions has to be upgraded. The second, our universities are increasing their outputs in technology transfer, making new connections to the universities, between the universities and the industry. We already heard about that one as well. But if you look at the data, the Eurostat creates for us, only 11% of the innovative companies in the Hungarian ecosystem has connections to our universities. And the number of university patents, also, it has increased, actually, by 4 times in the last couple of years, is still at 60 patents applications each year. But if you look at the number, how much money our university ecosystem basically spends on research and development, it's more than 100 billion Hungarian forints each year. It's still not the number we would like to see. The third topic, or third challenge, is a low innovation activity of our small and medium enterprises. Here we also showed you a comparison in European terms. 52% of European small and medium enterprises are innovative. In Hungary, this number is 32%. So we can say that every third Hungarian SME is innovative compared to every second company in the European Union. And the fourth challenge is our startup ecosystem. It's not as well developed as we would like to see. You can see the startup ecosystem value in US dollars, billion US dollars, is 2.4 in the highlighted period, and the global average is almost 30 billion in this period. So there's a 10 factor here, and the startup exits, number of these exits are 28 in this period compared to 80 in the global ecosystem. So basically, summing up, low supply of researchers and entrepreneurs, still low activity rate in technology transfers in our universities and research institutions, low innovation activity of our SMEs, and underdeveloped startup ecosystem. And the question is, I raised in my presentation, how can the Hungarian Innovation Agency help tackling these issues? So we had several discussions in the last couple of years with the ecosystem players, and through these discussions, we realized that money is not always the answer. So basically we have, as Minister Hanko already mentioned, the National Research, Development and Innovation Fund, which is the main funding scheme or fund of the funding research and innovation in Hungary, but still we saw that you need more, we need more, we need services as well to help directly those innovative companies or those SMEs that do not innovative or do not do any innovation yet, but are open to it, to help with selected and targeted services. And this is why we established the Hungarian Innovation Agency, which is providing knowledge and mentoring for market players. The mission of this agency is threefold, but you can gather it into one sentence, is to increase Hungary's innovation performance and capacities by three focused channels. The first is strengthening the supply of researchers and entrepreneurs, as we already saw. This is a huge challenge for the Hungarian ecosystem. The second is how can we help our innovative companies and startups enter the foreign markets and the international markets. And the third is how can we increase the global visibility of the Hungarian startup and innovation ecosystem, which is why we are basically here with our international partners coming from several countries here today to share their opinions with us. Services of the Hungarian Innovation Agency. First, we provide educational services. As I already mentioned, it's key. We are focusing on increasing the R&D personnel and the entrepreneurs who would like to and willing to establish new startup companies. We help our universities and research institutions through technology transfer services, help them connect more and more deeply with industrial players, and help them create their own IPs, to help them create their own startups. We are focusing heavily on SMEs and startups as well. As I already mentioned, we provide them different services through validating and developing their innovative projects. Our international services has two focus points. The first is helping our startups and SMEs enter the foreign markets. I will talk about the program which helps us reaching this goal. And the other one is helping them acquiring international grants. Minister Hanko already mentioned that the participation rate of the Central European countries in the Horizon Europe program is very low. We only received these countries that were joined the European Union after 2004, only received 8% of the Horizon 2020 program. Still, they are responsible for 24% of the population of the European Union. So there is a three-factor difference there. We are helping our SMEs enter these international grants as well. We're heavily focusing on ecosystem analysis. We cannot make any good decisions without data, without information. And that's why strongly working together with the National Research Development and Innovation Office, we are establishing new capabilities on ecosystem analysis. And fourth, but not least, we are focusing on changing the culture. We used to call it changing the culture into an innovation culture in Hungary. Some program highlights, just to make it more tangible for you. We already launched in the last year, mainly, but back in some years as well, 6 highlighted program here. The first is the Hungarian Startup University Program, which I think most of you know. This is a 2-semester program focusing on helping university students learn about innovation, learn about the startup ecosystem, and also help them create their own startup companies, basically. The other one is the Seje János Student Laboratory Program, which is focusing on STEM career motivation and career orientation in high schools. The EXPAND program is the program responsible for helping SMEs and startups entering the foreign markets. I mentioned that already. The fourth is the Impulse program, which is innovation advisory package for SMEs and startups. We launched the Enterprise Horizon program, which I already talked about. That is the program that is helping our SMEs and startups entering Horizon programs much more successfully. And the sixth is the mentor program we provide with our broad expert base, based on our broad expert base, mentoring for those companies that are gaining funding from the National Research Development and Innovation Office. That's where we combine the services with the funding schemes. We help them implement their projects much more successfully. And some programs that will come in the coming months. First is the Pathway to Business program, which is based on a German example. Some of you may know the EXIST program in Germany. This is focusing on helping PhD students and postdocs on getting their research results into the industry. So basically, this is a one-year program for them where they can analyze and examine if their research program is if they're able to create a startup company based on their research results. The second is we will launch a project development service for SMEs mainly. And the third is we will launch, I would say, in the end of the year or in this starting months of next year is our innovation voucher program, through which you can see qualified service providers, so mainly qualified by the Hungarian Innovation Agency, SMEs and startups will be able to gain their services and get their services mainly for free in this innovation voucher program. Here you can see the Hungarian Innovation Agency's expert management team. You can find more details about all of them on our website. And this is where I would like to finish my presentation for today. And I ask you to follow us on the different social media platforms where we try to be as active as we can. Thank you very much for coming. Thank you for the ones from international institutions who will make presentations and will discuss different topics with us today. I wish you all a very successful day. Thank you.